All right, we are back on the blink belt. We are back. Right, all right. We are back on this one. Let's see where we left off. We got pretty good start. First thing I want to do is paste this one up here. Still working on this little this little tablet right here. Definitely find some challenges, but I always like a challenge. So I'm going to cut this out and probably just commit this one. This mask, I'll apply that mask, that I can apply another mask. I just liked the texture from this other layer, so I'm bringing that texture back in a little bit just to feel it out. Okay, so to-do list, we got to make this silhouette better, really get a good pose, good proportions on this pose, and we got to get this guy over here. So I think I'll jump to this figure. I want this figure to be long striding, taking big leaps across these gaps in the chasm. So I think I want this pose over here to be a sort of running step, kind of like you do if you were jumping across a river and you jump across the rocks. I also want him looking over his shoulder in this pose, kind of going choop. So we need like a, this is how I pose figures. I do it, make the pose on my own, sitting here in the chair and figure it out. Let's see. If I have a figure, neck, let's get a torso. So the shoulders should be something like this for balance. This arm balancing and this arm taking this stride. So I don't like this shape at all. So I think I need this leg to be, so we got this casual stride, this long stride. I want the neck to be visible and looking over the shoulder back this way. So chin up, looking over the shoulder. We have the center of the chest. Center of the chest is twisting. Yeah, yes, but no. All right, I gotta stand up. Gotta stand up. In case you don't know what I'm doing, I'm casting my own shadow on the screen over here. So I'm looking at my shadow. This is the pose I want. Okay, so this arm, I want to get this shape in here, which means we need this angle on the torso. There we go. And now we can get this angle, this really nice shape. Again, the difference between form, communicating an image through form versus communicating through shape. If you want to rely on shape, namely the differences between shape and form is how you render, right? If you want to do something really realistic, really detailed, we can represent it with lots of form, lots of shading, lots of detail. Whereas something with shape, we can represent it much more simplistically, just swaths of color, big shapes, big areas filled with color. And so we need to exaggerate poses so that we can see those shapes and communicate entirely through silhouette. Okay, I highly recommend just doing silhouette if your style is more focusing on your shape and not form or representational. That's great, but I like this one better. I like the sort of unstable step. Let's see. So for this foot, I just got to draw it out over here. I want the toe bent, toe forward, heel over here. I like this one, not this one. So I'm going to go look for a reference. All right. So I found this warrior. This video has been circulating around. This blind long jumper missing the sand. Oh, but that's the shot I want. So let's jump in here with it. So that looks good, and I'll probably pull out some of the features. We'll see. So with the look back, this arm would come out for balance. So I need this length right here. So this length is equal to this length. This length is equal to this length. This shoulder's going back this way. I want it to go up. Okay, so I want to get that shape over here. So the reference image foot, something like that. Okay, I will probably just stretch out this leg. Stretch out this leg. We got foreshortening. So I want to stretch this out. It's almost okay, so it's almost bent right at the waist. This angle. So if I have something that's bent right at the waist, this is the side view, here's a butt cheek side view, and if I stretch it out, we're essentially doubling this length down here, right? So if I stretch this out, we're gonna get this length plus that same length. Now I'll get that foot, and then if I move this one backwards, we're gonna get this length, so I can move this whole thing up right here. And I wonder, see, I'm coming back to this crossing stride. I might have to abandon my dreams. Yeah, maybe just abandon my dreams. I am disgusted by this pose. I'll figure it out though. Let's get rid of this. I am most likely putting entirely too much detail or thought into this, as we most likely won't even see it. All right, let's zoom out. See, that's probably gonna be fine. I'll get in there, do some more detail, or do some more proportional stuff on it, but I'll leave it at that. I gotta move on from this guy for now. And so I'll take the next bit of time here to carve out some of the rocks, I think. Okay, now we can do some blending. I made a brush for this. I made a blending brush for rocks. Let's see if it works. I need another cliff over here so I can climb up this one. Cool. You know what? I think I'll just draw a rock right now. Let's just start over. I'm gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna draw a rock. All right, I want this rock to be angular. It's gonna be dark on the bottom. It's gonna be sharp on the top. It's gonna have a nice smooth face right here. We'll have a nice little face right here. Yeah, cool. Nice face. Drawing this rock. Yeah. Let's add some texture. Let's add some smooth face. Let's add a little bit of texture. Great. Let's blend it in a little bit. The texture here. All right, that's a pretty good rock. I'll just cut it out and smack this thing down right here. We can keep this as rock. All right, let's flip this rock. Yeah, pretty good right there. Good. And then I could probably, let's grab this one again and flip it, rotate it, and flip it. Yeah, cool. Cool. So I'll smash these together and carve out some paint over some of these patterns. The human eye is really good at recognizing patterns. If you have repeating elements, but whether you think it or not, people will see it. Get rid of repeating patterns if you don't want them to be seen, because they will be seen. So that's pretty good. Let's alpha lock that and do some painting. Probably keep this one as tall rock. We can copy and paste more of these rocks. I'll draw some more rocks. Let's keep these together. Rocks, then paint this thing. So this one has to be darker. That one has to be lighter in the back. Let's lighten it up back here. Now this tall rock, that's fine. I'll paint over it. I'll create a new layer, set it to multiply, add this as a clipping mask. Fantastic. Definitely going to be carving this one out. For example, just adding a layer mask I can carve out. Yeah. That is great. Zoom out and just do this top layer here with some, ooh, that is just nice. That is nice. Yeah, okay. I'll get in there and do some more stuff, but that is looking fine. Just adding this other layer in here, but I'll be tuning up all this stuff much more. I think this figure back here was one of the main focuses. Definitely got to come back to that. Got to come back to this and maybe even do a figure back here to represent this path of travel. But I'll call it there for this one. We got the second figure in there. We got some lighting stuff. We got an awesome technique to create rocks. I'll show you more of that in the future. But if you made it through this video, I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.